Hi you guys, this is Allison. I'm hanging out in my space to craft and it's time to do another sisters photo. This time it's just 3 of the girls, my daughter in the middle there. So this is on the same cruise as the previous picture and it's the sisters, but I want this to have a very different feel to the floral one that I did. I want this one to be a little more playful, I think. So I've pulled from, this is all Mercy Tiara Kit. This is Cool Girl foam stickers, which was not in the kit, but there are Cool Girl papers that were in the kit. And I bought this extra. So I definitely want to use this happy here, and then maybe this together word here. I love this paper. I was worrying about, am I going to want a companion page, because there's a bunch of pictures. This is in Puerto Rico. We took a bunch of pictures that day, but I decided I'm just not going to worry about it. And if I did need to do a companion page, I would just try and maybe buy this paper again, or just make it coordinate. So I'm just not going to worry about it, and I'm going to do a beautiful 1-page layout, even though I very often do 2-page layouts. So that is what I'm thinking. I love this for the base paper, and just leave it as is, not cut it into the strips or anything. This floral looks beautiful with the photo, and the back side is this gorgeous tone-on-tone blue, and it reminds me a little bit of the shirt that one of the girls is wearing. And so I want to incorporate that. And so I went and looked for a page to scrap lift, and let's see, I don't know if I can really expand that any bigger. So it has the base page, a large square, and then 3 fishtail banners hanging behind it. I'm going to put the there's probably a lot of glare on there. I'm going to put the title this way, and then it's got 2 little embellishment clusters, top and bottom, with circles. And so I think I'm going to be able to make that work and look really cute. And I'm going to use my floral instead of the heart paper. And then I just need 3 papers for the back. And this is from Blog Lovin'. I found it on Pinterest. So, so this is going to be my square in the middle, and it looks like theirs is about 8 by 8. So I may do 8 by 8. I may go down just a little bit more. Let's take a look and see what. So I was trying to decide whether I should do an 8 by 8 or an 8 by 7. I was concerned about the height, about 7 inches being too short to fit the photo and the title. So I'm going to start at it with a cut of 8 by 7.5. In retrospect, I should have just completely gutted that paper. Here I'm going to use that for one of the banners, but I'm going to have to cut 2 different parts of the banner and hide it under the photo. So that's what I was discussing there. This page, this paper just reminds me of the beach. It reminds me of the little beach huts, the little striped beach huts. Maybe those are more a British thing, but so here I'm being careful, and I'm trying to take the minimum out, but what I should really have done is simply gutted it to an inch border on every side and then had all of that paper to use. I spent way too much time fussing around with it, and it would have been a lot more time efficient and honestly paper efficient for me just to have gutted it and then used what I had and then cut off from there. But instead I do this. It was a lesson learned. Gut the paper, and then you have what you have. So you can see I did not efficiently gut the paper. And so then later when I come to fussy cut, not fussy cut, but die cut, then I've got to take it out of what's left. So I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just, and here I come in and fix it because I realized my mistake. Oh, I'm trying to get a banner out of it. That's right. So once again, I don't know why I didn't just completely gut it and then I would have what I had. Just silly. So I loved this. I love this paper so much. I do use it in a future video as a border on another page. I just love it. I love the colors on it. I love the I just love everything about it. Now, the other mistake that I made is I really should have thought about how wide I really wanted those banners and how far I wanted them to stick out from the photo, because I was really pushing it and I didn't get as much overlap in the banners as I would have liked because I didn't make them quite wide enough. Each one could have been about a 1/4 inch wider, other than the blue one, but the other two, had I made them a 1/4 inch wider, it would have given me a little more breathing room. So I do round these corners, and I don't know how my camera got hit, but it happens. So here's where I'm laying out those banners. See, that yellow one could have been a little wider. And then it takes me a while to figure out what length I want them, because the blue one is not as long as I would have liked. And once again, had I just gutted the paper, I might have gotten a little bit more length on that paper, but it worked out fine. So here I'm cutting off that extra 1/2 inch, so I am down to 7 inches because I liked the look of that better. So what I end up doing is I end up building everything on this 8x7 panel or 8x7.5 panel, and then moving it, and so I can move it around to allow the placement of the other things that I want. Here I'm just fishtail bannering the bottoms of these, and I've got plenty of length on that after, doing a little offset cut there. So I'm just starting the fishtail on one end so that I have flexibility to decide how long I want it all. See how it's not sticking out from the side of the photo as much as I would have liked. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of the blue paper, and that's okay. Real world scrapbooking, you guys, nothing is perfect, especially not my videos when they're crooked like this. This video is sped up at 3 times speed. If you guys would prefer to see it even faster, let me know in the comments. I do a lot of, it takes me a while to do pages. I hem and haw a lot about stuff. Little bit of a perfectionist and fuss over things looking just the way I want them, even though they're still not perfect. Here I'm wondering, do I want it in the exact middle or do I want it set over a little bit? I think in the end, I push it over toward the left a little bit and it's not exactly centered. I definitely don't want the photo centered in the square. I'm trying to just do some offset rules to make it more interesting. And here I'm gonna, so I try and use that as a template for the other side. It does not work out well for me, and I end up having to recut it. And then it looks crooked, and then I'm like, oh, all right, never mind. I'm just gonna recut it. Never mind, start again. Good thing I had plenty of length on that one. And honestly, it just looks better for me to just cut a fresh thing than to try and use that template. So here I just cut a swatch off because nobody's going to see that seam. Gosh, it doesn't seem like it's 3 times speed, does it? Maybe I should try doing 4 times speed sometimes. Now here's where I'm like, I don't want it big, little, or littlest. So I think I may change a few things around height-wise. But I definitely wanted that blue on that side to be further away from the blue on the base paper, and vice versa with the yellow. I wanted to spread those out. I did not want to do tone on tone. I mean, it probably would have looked good that way, but it just wasn't my vision. There, I was just double checking that I was going to have space for the title. And this is where I decided to cut that a little shorter so that it wasn't so much longer than the other pieces. So I think I'm ready to commit to the title and lay that on there. These are puffy stickers, or foam stickers, I should say. I thought about cutting the bottom of that A out, but then the H would have been complicated, so I left it. And this is also one of the foam stickers. I think that came out cute. Now it is similar to when I did the adventure and put that around the corner, but they're going to be probably, I think, in different albums. They may have been in the same year. I don't remember. So they might end up being in the same album. I think this was 2020, may have been summer of 2021. So we did a 7-day cruise with all of the kids and moms. So we had 8 kids on that trip. One family couldn't make it. And I think we had 8 moms. I can't remember. But the kids, they loved it. And they would love to do another cruise. But now most of them are in college or starting college. And it's too hard to find a time when everybody can get together because schools end at different times. Back east they end later than us, and we end early and go back early. So it's just difficult. And then we've got other vacations, so it's getting harder and harder to find times for all of us to get together. Now the kids do see each other in smaller chunks, like one-on-one or a couple of kids 2 or 3 or 4 kids get together. In fact, my daughter is going to see a concert in Dallas with one of her brothers. And she's done that several times. And then she's going for one of the girls in this picture. Her graduation is in June, and so my daughter will be going up for that graduation as well. Here I was auditioning a whole bunch of different ephemera. There was a whole bunch of die cutting of those circles, and so I cut all of that out because I went back and forth and made them smaller and all of that. So you don't need to wait through that. So just a few cute wordy bits there, sort of stacking them up. This is a little heart that I die cut. I think I probably did 2 or 3 little hearts. I wanted to bring in that dark blue again. And then there's some pink tickets and little stuff that I'm trying to fit in. Making sure there's enough small elements on the on those top and bottom clusters, which I was happy with. Searching for the perfect enamel dots, and these are from Peachy Keen. And they looked really good with it. They had the 3 colors of the back page, so of that base paper. All right, I think pretty soon here it's going to go into real time for the final close-ups.